Welcome, everyone, to Bristol, Tennessee for today's NASCAR Winston Cup race.
The road to the next Cup championship is both daring and demanding. Fast tracks, tight turns, and lots of traffic. Today it is all about and more compressed into one tiny half mile. The Bristol Motor Speedway, the most electrifying half mile in motorsports. EA Sports saved you the best seat in the house with a Food City 500.
This is one of the most exciting tracks in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. So many cars, so little space. Wouldn't you agree?
I think the old phrase Rubbin's Racing explains exactly what we're going to see in this one. Tight, fast racing with a lot of bumping and banging for position. Just what these NASCAR fans love to see.
Bristol, baby. The Last Great Coliseum has been a track that I've been able to dominate over and over. Recently I've had some problems with it. Now, the first time I raced at Bristol was the Food Safe 100. Sorry for this bad lag it looks like, because this is the last time I had to use my computer to record races. At this point, Travis Quapple wrecked, and I didn't pit yet, but I had to fight my way back to win this race, my first Food City 500 win. We're only doing spring races at this point, if you didn't know. Now, the second time I went to Bristol for Food City 500, I completely dominated. It was pretty boring. At the end of it, domination at the end, and won that race. That was pretty fun to me, but probably boring for you guys if you watched it. So, yeah, that one didn't go as well as I thought it would. This one's actually pretty boring too, at the end, because I dominated at the end and won by almost 4.5 seconds over the competition. Actually, was 4 seconds. As you see, Mark Martin actually just barely by 4 seconds. Then we got to NASCAR 2004. This is where I started struggling. NASCAR 2004, I was not good at short tracks, and right there I just completely wrecked McMurray. Somehow got in between him and Christian Fittipaldi to get by that wreck. But when pit stops came around, I didn't even pit yet, and when pit stops came around, this happened, and that put me farther back than I wanted to. Just trying to fight my way to finish this race, and I just completely spun out. I was actually doing not too bad, honestly, but it didn't really work out well at the end. And I basically had to fight just to finish 40th. So definitely not the race I wanted. And I've actually finished a lap down that race, so that was probably bad enough right there. Second time around, I started 2004, just about as bad as the first time. I spun out on lap 6 after trying to get out of Jack spread. It didn't work out. So at that point, I decided let me pit, and we actually had problems in the pit the second time around too. Look at this. Jack,
oh my god,
the gun got screwed up. I actually had to try to save as much fuel as I could. Unfortunately, at the end, right here in turn 3, going in the final lap, the fuel tank runs dry. I can see 0 RPM, and I basically get out of the way. I wasn't able to finish on the lead lap, but as you can see, I got to the
if I
finish
pit,
line.
I'm not gonna get.
But unfortunately, as you can see, I'm just
I'm
not going fast. No, I just completely out of steam. If I don't have the road to try
when it was down, aren't you?
come around, I probably would not be able to make it
So I
back.
coasted around the finish.
The race just passed me there, so. And yet I did finish a dismal 33rd, I could say, so. That's 2 races in a row where I didn't get a good finish. Very unfortunate, too.
Oh,
Now,
that sucks.
we did do NASCAR 2005, and that was probably the much better race, although it wouldn't look like it at the start. It's right here. Gordon got under me, and I just tried to block, and it didn't really work out well. I was still leading at the time, though, but not on the restart. A couple laps later, you can see I was still ahead right there, but I went too far down. Newman thought it was good to just drive in there deep in 3, and that didn't work out. I wrecked Jeff Gordon again. Jeff Gordon wrecked him anyway. I don't know if I actually wrecked him the first time. But there he goes, and Ryan Newman goes around too. That was definitely not intentional whatsoever. And then we got to this pit stop, and I would say I got as lucky as possible. Right as I came in, the caution came out. And I said that I'm going to look back at the video and see if I did make it in or not. And I actually did make it in. However, Kevin Hart, you saw right in front of me, actually did not make it. You saw in the replay there. Kevin Hart just barely missed getting in there. before the caution came out. Now we're on the restart, and you got Ryan Newman still mad at me. He bumped me, and then coming off turn 2, Gordon says, "No, I'm gonna get revenge on you, even though you're the freaking leader," and wrecks me, going down the back straightaway for no reason whatsoever. That was very unintentional. Now I get coming at 6 laps to go. Kane's turning back on the lead lap, and he just barely nudges me, turns me around. Ran back up into him as I crossed the start finish line. That didn't really work out well, as you can see in the replay here. Just got under me and just got me around. Tried to block it, didn't work out. I ran back up into him. In the end, I was able to hold off Elliott Sadler and Rusty Wallace to get this win. That actually added to 4 wins in the Food Safe 100. So they're all spring races, Food Safe 100, and my Bristol stats say I have 4 wins, 2 finishes outside the top 30, and because of that, my average finish is 12.83. So you took out the 2 finishes outside the top 30, it would be an average finish of 1. Just 6 starts in spring Bristol. That's all for these stats. I'll see you next week at Richmond spring races.